be a champion, to be a champion, David Chi.
We all want to be champions, don't we? But how? That's the most important question, isn't it? When I was young, very young, I always felt the champions were extraordinary people. I thought they were gods. I remember I was 14 years old and there was this boy who was always top in class and top in school. Somehow the top position was always reserved for him. But then, I was 14 and when I look at him, I always felt very nervous. Somehow I felt very inferior. And not for anything. I felt that he was a champion, that I wasn't. But then many years later, I had a different view about champions. I began to see champions not from the front, but from behind. I saw the tenacity and perseverance of champions. I saw the many practices that they would engage in every day. I saw the struggle, the early morning exercises that they had to do just to wake up. I saw the discipline that they had to undergo to be champions. I saw the tears when they could not receive or achieve the mark. I saw the struggle of obstacles when they failed, but still they struggle to overcome. When I get older, I began to realize the champions are not champions because of any chance. They're not champions because of a high degree of extraordinary talent. They're champions because they are losers. But they are losers who fought back. And that's the difference. There are many losing. But the interesting thing about it is that these champions, with all the problems that they had, they turn these problems into success. You see, champions are ordinary people. The difference is that they nurture these talents. They nurture the gifts that were given to them. Yes, it is only a seed, but somehow they put it into a ground and they water it carefully every day. They fertilize it. And soon enough, surely but slowly, it turned out to be a tree and then grew into a giant tree. You see, my friends, I believe we are all champions. It is in our mind. It's the attitude you take towards the challenges of life that will make a difference in your journey. It's how far you believe in yourself. Many years ago, I had an unfortunate incident. I lost 70,000 of my savings. It was all that I had. I was completely shattered and I lost that amount. I remember I went to Marine Parade and I sprawled myself in the sand. I looked up into the heavens and sky and said, "What's happening? I can't understand." I look at my friends at that time in Raffles Institution. They were all former schoolboys. And they were all getting high salary. But for me, I was having 2 degrees, an accounting degree and a law degree. But there was nothing. There was failure. The salary I was getting at that time was mega. But one day, I had an enlightenment. I began to realize something about myself that was not succeeding. I began to see something that I don't like, but something that I must admit and become true to myself. I realized I lacked self-confidence. For some reason or another, when there's a champion out there, I would be nervous. I could not make it. For some reason, I felt inadequate to meet the challenges of life. Losses somehow intimidate me. I could not face it. And with this enlightenment, I realized that the problem is my mind. And so what did I do? I did something simple but extraordinary. I recorded my voice in a tape recorder. I began to speak to myself through the tape recorder. I began to do what every psychologist would recommend to you. I began to speak positively to myself. You may call it self-hypnotism, you may call it auto-suggestion, whatever name you would call it, but I did it. And then I spoke, and I said to myself, you are a champion, I said. I said, you deserve to be a champion. You deserve to be a winner. You can, you can, you can. I keep humming that to myself all the time. You'll be a millionaire one day. I keep telling myself that all the time. But slowly, I did it. What happened was, day after day, this tape recorder would hum stone down to me. I would be at home, nobody's there. I wasn't married at the time. I was rather lonely, and the tape recorder became my true friend. But somehow, surely but slowly, something began to happen. The mind began to change. Somehow, with auto-suggestion, you can change the way you think and believe. I don't understand how it happened, but it happened. And that's what happened. Today, most of my goals in life were achieved, except for public speaking. I became a millionaire many times over. You see, my friends, my good friends, I want to tell you this. We are all champions. Yes, indeed we are. There is a jewel in each and every one today. Every one of us. But you must believe in yourself. God has given you some gifts and talents. Heaven and nature and universe have bestowed upon you something that you can do. Whatever it is, no matter how small it may seem to you, you must nurture it. You must nurture it. Don't ever ignore your gift or your talent. Don't ever ignore what God or what the universe has presented to you. Just take it and nurture it. And like a champion, you must believe in yourself. Tomorrow, if you take on a journey in life, you must never say you cannot. Because when you say you cannot, the journey ends there. Everything that you do in life, you must do with a mind. And when your mind is focused on it, the world opens before you. Contest champ.